Guys, well,
Go ahead, Troy. How difficult is it to get any sort of rhythm offensively when your guys just aren't out there very long, you know?
Well, yeah, you said it. I mean, it's very difficult, you know, when you have not a lot of production on first down and you get yourself into some second and long and third and long situations, and, you know, just having to rush, you know, them having the ability to rush the passer, you know, is what hurt us. So I think the flow, the rhythm of it early is what hurt, and, you know, the opportunities that we were going to have in this game, we didn't feel like we'd have many because we felt like Lafayette could run the ball effectively, which is also time of possession there. So we need to make our opportunities count, hit some of our shot plays, hit some of our down the field throws on first downs where we could change up, you know, our tendencies of running the ball on first down to have some throws in there. And we didn't make those plays in those situations.
Coach, those penalties, they obviously might have.
Which ones?
The ones in the third quarter, especially the penalty on third down that gave them the first down, 15-yard penalty, gave them first down.
Yeah, it's personal foul.
Can you just describe what?
Poor decision by the young man that did it, bottom line. You know, we need to come out, we need to make a play on defense. We have a chance to stop them on third downs, and we do something that's not part of what we do. Uncharacteristic, and those type of things, that's not going to happen. And so we made an unfortunate decision, and, you know, the bottom line is football is not about, it's not a me game, it's about a team game. And our team and our defense at that position, at that particular time, did a great job, and unfortunately we had an individual that made a poor decision.
Coach, where do you attribute the lack of offense tonight? Was it mostly up front?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was up front. I thought, you know, at times we ran the ball effectively. I thought we had time in the pocket. We didn't connect on some of our, in the pass game, we felt that was going to be good. Not looking at the tape, knew the looks that we were getting were the correct looks, and we didn't take advantage of them, bottom line. And so, you know, I think the biggest thing is we've got to be able to hit some of those plays in the pass game. We've got to get into a rhythm early on, hit some of our easy throws just to get ourselves going. We did that, be able to come back, run the ball effectively on second down. And then when we have an opportunity to take a shot on our early down, take a shot and hit it, throw it on time. And you know, without looking at the film, those things didn't happen tonight. Why? There was a little bit of pressure. I think timing wasn't there. And you know, give credit to Lafayette's defense as well. They made some plays.
Coach, going back to the second quarter, Hayes had the big pick, pretty much a big field, short field for you guys. What was kind of the mindset behind, you know, the 3 run plays and then the play on the fourth down?
Yeah, we felt like we needed we needed to run the ball. You know, we had a short field right there. We had an opportunity to get ourselves in a position to score, and you know, in that particular time, we weren't throwing the ball very well. So it was time to look at it and say, okay, how can we run the ball effectively? Felt like at that time we could run something inside. They were getting us on the perimeter. We tried to run the perimeter. We're going to try to run it inside. And then fourth down was a situation there where we had the look that we were looking for on it. It's a little bit of a shot play there. And you know, we came around on it, got a little bit of pressure that you can't have on that particular play, and that caused the sack there. So, you know, the one thing is we try to be aggressive. You know, we're going to try to be aggressive. We want to run the football. We want to throw the ball. We want to try to be balanced, but we want to be aggressive. You know, the thing about it is those type of plays, they're great, and they're game changers when they work. And it always seems like it's a bad idea when it doesn't, but that's the reality. That's the game we play, and that's the style that we have. We'll be aggressive in those situations.
Was Adam okay there? Looked like he got kind of twisted up on that fourth down.
He just got the wind knocked out of him.
Oh,
yeah, he was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I don't know if the ball landed on him or whatever. He was laying there, got the wind knocked out of him, so he was okay.
What's going to be the mindset? I mean, having, you know, a loss like this on a Tuesday, but you guys still have, you know, some time to kind of, you know, rest and kind of reassess. What's just going to be the focus these next couple of days leading into the South-Out game?
Well, it's going back and looking at all the corrections we have to make. You know, the one thing I'll say is I felt like leading up to this game, we had prepared well, we had practiced well, and we had executed well in practice. Tonight we didn't execute well. Tonight we didn't, in some adverse situations, we didn't respond when we needed to. And you know, bottom line is that starts with each individual, starts with me. We go back and look at that and reevaluate. It's not that it's broke, but we got to fix some things. Penalties, assignment issues in there, execution on the offensive side in particular. You know, just routine, not anything special, just the routine plays that we make over and over. We've got to make those when it counts, and we didn't do that tonight. So as you go back and you look at it, you get back to those basics when you have a little bit of time in there, but you reevaluate the film. You sit down, and everybody, bottom line is, has to take a look at it and go, okay, what do I need to do to improve this? Is where we need to go from here.
You were down 2 scores with about 10 minutes to play, and you elected to punt. Just your thought process in deciding to punt the ball. I don't believe you ever got it back.
No, we're hoping that we would. You know, you're on the 50-yard line, and they're running the ball there. They can go up and get themselves in field goal range, or they can put the ball. We felt like our punter had punted it well. That wasn't an issue. We were doing a good job on that. You're hoping that you have an opportunity for a guy to muff a punt in that situation, and also for your defense to hold him, because we felt like we were doing some things on defense that were good. And if we could have had an opportunity to get him on 3rd down, we get the ball back. We got better field position. Now it gives ourselves a chance to get into a little bit of a hurry-up mode and go score. So, bottom line is, you know, you don't get it in that situation. And the reality of it was, we weren't doing a great job on 3rd and 4th down with our execution. And so, you know, we can go out there and take that opportunity, or we play the game we played, and I still feel like that's the right decision. If we get that 3 and out, we get the ball back, better field position, we have a better opportunity to put ourselves in more manageable plays.
Where's your level of concern with your running game right now, if there is one?
No, there's a concern in all phases on offense. You know, after tonight, we didn't run the ball effectively, we didn't throw it effectively. Little tip here, a little miss there. So, you know, it's from across the board as far as where we are. I mean, we need to go back and do the little things right. We need to go back or let me say this: we need to go back and do our DNA, our base stuff right. That's what we need to do. We need to go back and throw and catch and block the right guys, get on them, play faster than the defense is playing, because we know what the play is, we know where we're going. Those are the things we have to do. It's not about scheme. It's not about anything other than schemes are good. It's the execution. It's also the execution in those situations and knowing what the defense is doing, communicating that, and having answers for it, you know, from a player standpoint, also a coaching standpoint. So it's everybody on the offensive side.
Defensively, now as a whole, how do you feel the defense performed tonight?
I was proud of our defense. I think we knew what they were going to do. We knew they were going to run the football. We did not help them one bit on the offensive side. You know, they ran up the middle. Carruthers had, I believe, 16 tackles tonight inside, which that was the exact challenge with him this week. They were going to run at him. Here's your opportunity to make plays. He made plays. They bounced the ball, got some big runs on the outside. They have good running backs. What we need to do a better job is the play action, the one-on-ones, and they kept hitting us on some one-on-one matchups outside of the perimeter in the pass game. That's where, you know, they started to get a little bit in their 3rd down or 2nd and long situations. They made some plays there that we have to correct that. As far as the run game went, our effort from our defense was good. Execution on some of the pass game, it needs to improve.
In the second half, there were a couple of, I don't even remember exactly the play calls. There were a couple times the fans booed. Did you hear them, and what was your reaction to that?
No, I didn't.
Is it most frustrating that you don't get to play again until a week from this coming Saturday?
No, we need the time. That's not frustrating. I'm happy about that now, at this point. You know, we need the time, we need to sit down, and we need to look at it, everybody, and get ourselves prepared for this next 5-game stretch that we've got straight, no more breaks. We're into each week, and we've got to prepare ourselves for that. We've got to run, and the reality of it is, in this game, in our conference and all that, we're 1-1 in conference. You don't know what's going to happen. We have an opportunity. That needs to continue. So as much as we're disappointed tonight, there's still opportunities. And the reality of it is we still have a lot of football left. We still have a lot of guys that have a tremendous amount of pride. We have a lot of coaches that have a tremendous amount of pride, and we want to go out there and play our very best on game day. We didn't do that tonight. So we have a lot to prove from that standpoint, and we need this time to utilize it to get ourselves prepared for that.
behind in the league race, do you think it'll be hard to kind of get the guys kind of mentally in the right place after what happened tonight, just considering the team that beat you is ahead of you and everything?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, I hope not. If that's the case, then, we're in trouble anyway. We can look at all those things, we can't control that. We had an opportunity to now we gotta go out there and just make sure we control each and every game. That's it, that's all we gotta worry about. Worry about it, how we're gonna prepare ourselves going into that game, and worry about that game, and that's it. And that's all we're trying to do. We can not worry about all the other stuff, and let's just go out there and win the next football game. And when that one's done, let's worry about the next one and win that game, and just go from there.
McKissick took a pretty good shot there in the second half also. Did he check out okay?
He did, yeah, he got a bloody nose from that hit there. I wasn't quite sure. JD, he's taken several of those throughout the year, and he's got a hard head, and he's a tough guy. And he continues to be a guy that will step up and make plays. That's what he does. He loves football. He loves the game. He understands it. He takes hits like that. Unfortunately, not to look at it, but we don't want our guys to take hits like that. But he's a guy that's a tough guy that will come right back, and he did. And he continues to fight to the entire end of the game. And that's what we love about him.
Special teams kind of help keep you guys in. What were your thoughts on Ferguson and Jones? I know they punted pretty well tonight.
I thought they punted well. They did. They did a good job. It was part of that question, before about trying to pin them back in there and give those guys an opportunity. In a game like this, you're looking for somebody that's making plays, somebody who's playing well. Well, those guys are playing well. Unfortunately, it's our punters, but at the same time, hey, that's their job to go do that. They did that tonight. They gave us good field position. We just all around didn't help them out.
Coach, on the reverse with Trace Houston, does he have several options when he comes around on that?
Nope, he's got one.
Okay.
Throw the touchdown. That's what he had. So I didn't see. I didn't have a great view. Appeared to be. We had an opportunity on it. Yeah, we needed something at that time. That was it. It didn't happen, unfortunately. And, but that's part of it. Those are some of the things we're going to have available for us, and we're going to utilize. And he's a guy that can do those things, and we have other opportunities to do that. We will.
Coach, what was your impression of Lafayette's running game and the way they were able to just kind of control the clock, control the ball?
Physical up front. It's not complicated, and that's a little bit of the thing about it. They ran the ball inside. We stopped them. They bounced it outside a couple times, but they were physical inside there. You give those guys credit. They've done that. They're not a whole lot of variation within the schemes. They're good at what they do, but again, I still feel like our D-line, and I feel like our backers played it as good as they played it all year long. We just can't be out there with a play differential or time differential of 17 minutes and 42 minutes. That's where you get it. That's where you hurt your team.
Time for one or two more for Coach Harsin, and we got to move on to players, guys.
46 plays. I mean,
Yeah.
what can you do, with that small of a sample size of the game,
Well, again, we didn't expect to have that little plays, but we sure didn't expect to have as many drives or as many plays as we've had in the prior games. Just because of, if you go and play the odds of how they've run the football and what they did with the clock, we're going to have less drives than we did before. We got to execute and make them count. 46 plays, no. That's just too many 3-and-outs. And that's just pure lack of execution and getting things done out there. Lafayette did some good things. We knew they had good players, but we're a better football team than that. We didn't show it tonight, but we have to go prove that. We can say it all we want. We got to go prove it.
Coach, with that differential, 24 minutes difference in time of possession, as well as 40 more plays for that Lafayette offense, do you just try to get back to basics, start from square one on offense, you blow it up? What do you do with something with this big of a differential?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's 1 week, all the same things are flowing and rolling, and they're going well, and you need them. The next week, very similar plays, maybe a little bit different presentation of them, and it's not. You got to why? It's again, going back and look at the scheme. It's not that. It's not about running 4 verticals or running power inside. It's about what really caused the problem. Was it something that it was called at the wrong time? Was there something they did that maybe that wasn't the right time to utilize it, or could we have an answer off of it, or did we just not execute it correctly? Those are the things you look at. To me, to me, it's not about the plays themselves, it's about the execution of the plays. And so if that means getting more basic because I'm comfortable and just having to do that and just letting guys purely go out there and just execute some simple things and just get the ball in guys' hands, then yeah. If it comes down to, we had too much, then we look at that as well.
Anything else for Coach?